Never.
Now it's 10 seconds.
That squeaking is really funny. Tonight on Strip Down, Jay Sempko, Josh Palmer,
What are you doing?
Teresa Sokerka.
You, me, Robert Palmer.
Are we still on the air? We are back with a brand new episode this week. So, you are watching Stripped Down, Saskatchewan's only 1 hour local music showcase, the award-winning show that brings the venue to you in the comfort of your own living room. I'm your host, Curtis Anderson. Quick hello to everyone watching across the province on the Shaw and Access Communications networks. Tonight on Stripped Down, ladies and gentlemen, Paul Kuzbik.
For having me.
Never getting back. In the place we have knowledge we once lacked. Oh, the love that you lose, water dripping down and away. You wished it away, you wished it away, you wished it away, and it died today. Oh, you know that I'm better. I can't shake it yet, and I fix myself just to be broken again. No, I go all the way, I don't go at all. Is it my saving grace, or is it my downfall? Oh, 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 yeah. Things I learn in one day unravel me all the way. When I wake up, I'm never sure if I can apply what I knew before. Now everything, every day has changed. We live 1,000 lifetimes every day. I used to have so much to say. Now I just try to make it all go away. Yeah, yeah. Oh, you know that I'm better. I can't shake it yet, and I fix myself just to be broken again. I go all the way, I don't go at all. Is it my saving grace, my downfall? Is it my saving grace? Or is it my downfall?
Paul Kuzbik turning it up at the end. You're watching Stripped Down. Paul Kuzbik in the Shaw TV studios tonight. Thanks for coming on, man.
Sure.
Last minute replacement. Thank you for dropping everything and coming on Stripped Down due to a last minute cancellation. A little worried because, of course, we ran a repeat last week. And then this week's guest canceled at the last minute. So thank you so much for coming on, keeping the Stripped Down streak going week after week after week. You excited tonight? You excited to do this?
Yeah, it's going to be fun. I'm having fun so far.
Well, perfect show so
Nice
far.
plays.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
What was the first song we heard?
That one was called Fix Myself. It's a new tune.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're going to talk a lot about your music. New tune meaning, is it already been released? Upcoming album?
Upcoming album, yeah. I just wrote it a couple months ago. I played it on CFCR Live a couple weeks ago, though.
With Jay Neufeld?
Absolutely.
Who is also our director. See, it all comes together. See, Jay Neufeld bringing the guest at the last minute. That's
Thanks,
to
Jay.
symbolize bringing the guest at the last minute. Next question. What are we going to hear tonight? Old, new?
A bit of both, mostly new.
Yeah?
Just because I got to keep myself interested. I usually play my new stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to play some stuff off of my first album, I think. Off of 2006's Nature of Time.
Tell me about 2006's Nature of Time.
I recorded it in one of the old buildings, kind of by the old A&B Sound down in the warehouse district. It's
Yep.
now, I see, got some walls missing and they're turning it into condos. Darcy Beck's old recording studio, though. Spent most of the winter doing that. It was my first crack at the full-length album.
How would we know Darcy Beck? The name sounds very familiar.
Local sound guy, producer. He's worked with the likes of Teresa Sekirka, Brad
Okay.
Johnner, singer-songwriters, yeah.
You've worked with Teresa Sekirka before too, but we'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
Keep going with your story.
So yeah, I spent the winter doing my original acoustic-based stuff, bringing my favorite musicians, the best musicians I could afford in, and playing on it. It came out in April of 06. I did lots of gigs around Saskatchewan. That was when I was first getting going, and
That's pretty late to start getting going, with all due respect. I mean, you're clearly young. You're not, 50, but
yeah,
most people that come on the show have been doing it since they've been 10.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I've been doing music in one way or another, but I grew up in Prince Albert and
Okay.
studied music there. Had an awesome guitar teacher, Peter LaFlamme. Just not so much of a live scene now. There is, but when I was
In
there,
PA?
yeah,
Really?
yeah, I just didn't get up on stage and did a bunch of different stuff, and then a couple experiences kind of showed me that maybe this is what I want to do. And when I was 22, I moved to Saskatoon to start doing this.
But your first live stage show was overseas or something, wasn't it?
Well, it's
I was kind of skimming your MySpace there.
my first live show. I worked at this bar in Nicaragua, in Granada. Started an open stage, but had all these backpackers and stuff dropping by, and we were always jamming. So I started an open stage, and I got a show there. And I remember standing up on the table and playing this Pearl Jam cover, and everyone was drinking beers and stomping on the ground and stuff. And I thought this was pretty fun.
What Pearl Jam cover?
Elderly women.
Huh.
Yeah.
Never heard of it. Sorry. If only we could play covers on the show, we'd hear it right now. But that's crazy.
Yeah.
So is it just safer over there? No one kind of thing?
It just happened. It was just the time and the place.
All right. We're going to get to another song here.
Okay.
What's up next? Something else new?
This is an old one off of my CD.
Throwing me for a loop.
Yeah.
Going back to the old. All right. And it's called?
Rust.
Rust.
Concerned about my friend, things seem to be Looking in the mirrors, a different story than before. And somewhere down that road, my faith began to rust. I always knew what I had to do, but still, can this be true? Haven't we been through this before? I don't wanna feel like this anymore. There's too many things in the way of what we're taking for granted, but the music remains. Stop on a West Coast run, looking in my rearview mirror. Hindsight's 20/20, yeah, it's all so clear. And what would it possibly take to reach the harmony I almost touched once upon a time on a forgotten beat? Haven't we been through this before? I don't wanna feel like this anymore. There's too many things in the way of what we're taking for granted, yeah. But the music remains.
Kuzbik in the Shaw TV studio tonight. You're watching Stripped Down. We have to take our very first commercial break, but we got lots more coming up after, including 3 Degrees of Josh Palmer. Stick around, lots more Stripped Down, and we're also going to talk about how you lived the dream last summer. Awesome. All that coming up a little later on Stripped Down after the first commercial break.
Don't touch that dial. More Stripped Down after this.
Mother's Music provides a wide range of instruments. 617 8th Street East, Saskatoon. Operating for 17 years with music lessons, equipment sales, and rentals. Mother's Music, www.mothersmusic.com. Ultimo Uramoda Men's Clothing Store. Denim, footwear, leather jackets, sportswear. 204 3rd Avenue South, Saskatoon. Call 664-6640.
Do you know where stuff goes once it's flushed down the toilet? It travels down pipes under our streets to a sewage treatment plant. There it is cleaned up through a variety of processes before it is sent back out in our lakes or rivers. The The problem occurs when people flush things down the toilet like makeup, cleaning supplies, and some pharmaceuticals that the sewage treatment plant can't clean up. They are dumped untreated into our waterways, which other people depend on for their drinking water. Some cities continue to dump their sewage untreated into our waterways, while others are using innovative thinking to reuse sewage byproducts as fertilizer. What can you do? Be sure to properly dispose of any chemicals or unused medicine at your city's hazardous waste disposal site. It's our turn to take care of this planet, and I think we can do a better job. What do you think? For more information on how you can be more water aware, visit waterunderfire.ca.
The leatherback sea turtle is the largest reptile in the world. Up to 2 meters long and weighing as much as 550 kilos, this turtle roams many of the world's oceans in search of its favorite food, jellyfish. But this hulking giant may be fighting a losing battle against poaching, fishing gear, and garbage. To learn more about the leatherback and discover how you can help protect Canada's wildlife, visit hww.ca.
Paul Kuzbik of the Shaw TV studios tonight. How are you doing tonight? How's it going so far? 2 songs in?
Awesome, yeah, really
All
good.
right. First things first, let's talk about the last song you played before the commercial break.
That song was called Rust, and that's off my first debut solo album,
2006. Yes.
Nature of Time.
Right on. And Rust is about?
That was about the trip down to Costa Rica and Nicaragua that I was telling you about before. I went down with one of my best buddies, and we kind of had a bit of a falling out. That's what it's about. Yeah.
Huh.
Losing a good friend.
That's sad.
Yeah.
But it led to something good, though, right? Because your trip in general.
Yeah, and a song that I play all the time, and yeah.
Nice. Tell me more about your trip really quick. Okay, I'm still trying to wrap my head around it. That was when you chose to get up on stage and perform for the first time.
Yeah, right after I got out of high school, went down with a guitar and a surfboard.
And your friend?
Yeah, and my friend.
And then your friend went away, and you?
Yeah, and I came back with a broken guitar, no surfboard, and no friend, and a lot of questions.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Speaking of questions, let's play the 3 Degrees of Josh Palmer. This, of course, is our weekly segment we do where for the first 16 episodes, we tried to get Josh on the show, and then he kept pushing it back because he's a busy guy.
Yeah.
But every time we had a person on the show who was supposed to be Josh Palmer, if that makes any sense, they were like, yeah, I was working with Josh Palmer the other day, and we're like, that's funny because he was supposed to be here tonight.
Was
so then
he
we
supposed to
turned
be
it
here tonight?
No, not tonight, but back in the first 16 episodes before we got the rebellion on, that was the running joke. So we turned it into like the Kevin Bacon thing.
Gotcha.
So have you worked with Josh Palmer within 3 degrees?
Yeah, I've worked with him in the first degree.
First degree.
Yes.
Explain. Take us back.
Back when I was first starting out playing in Saskatoon, I was hosting a Monday night show at Lydia's.
Okay.
And I always thought that Josh had the sickest guitar tone. Like, I really, really like his guitar tone, and his vintage Strat sounds awesome, and he's a great guitar player. And so I asked him to come and just sit in with me. And he did, and then I wanted to go home and practice.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's funny because I knew the answer to that because I've got my cheat sheets right here. You've worked with Josh Palmer, and it's funny because right beside Josh Palmer's name is Megan Lane's name, and she was actually the other person last minute I was trying to get on the show.
Okay.
It was between the two of you, and I didn't have any contact information for her. Okay, we're moving right along. Song number 3.
Song number 3 is going to be a bit of a new one as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just a bit of one?
Yeah. I've
Or
been
a full-fledged new one?
Well, not recorded on an album, but I did record it at the Spring Galleria concert at CBC Studios in Regina.
Okay.
So it's out there in www land somewhere.
Right on.
Yeah.
Take it away.
All right.
Oh, look at how times have changed. We evolve just to keep up with our age, and it makes me laugh. Laugh when I don't want to, it makes me talk. When I've got nothing to say, it makes me stay. When I should be leaving, and I would be leaving any other day. priorities. I auto-rearrange it, and it makes me laugh. Laugh when I don't want to, it makes me talk. When I've got nothing to say, it makes me stay. When I should be leaving, and I would be leaving any other day. So people, let your voice be heard. Don't buy the fear they're selling us. No, no, no. 'Cause it's not too late to change the world. I'm not blind, I can see it coming. Can see it coming. I'm not blind, I can see it coming. I'm not blind, I can see it coming. Generation has a choice to make. Only we can make things change. And the world is on the break. And it makes me laugh. Laugh when I don't want to, it makes me talk. When I've got nothing to say, it makes me stay. When I should be leaving, and I would be leaving any other day, it makes me laugh. Laugh when I don't want to, makes me talk. When I've got nothing to say, it makes me stay. When I should be leaving, and I would be leaving any other day.
You're watching Stripped Down, Paul Kuzbik in the Shaw TV studios tonight. Before you played that song, you mentioned it was one of the, is it the 4 you recorded in 2008?
Yeah.
At CBC headquarters in Regina.
Yeah.
Take me back to that.
It was cool. I don't know if you've been to their headquarters, but they've got a really sunken down stage in front of a live audience. Had a great backup band that learned all my stuff. I just walked in, did my 4 tunes, and
Is Jennifer Gibson involved in that somehow?
she was the host that night.
Yes. Jennifer
She is.
Gibson beat me in 2007's Media Idol.
No way.
They had some of the Canadian Idol judges, back when that show was on television, that came to Mark Mall and set up a stage, and the media personalities could compete against each other.
Is like a trivia? Or?
No, like singing.
Oh, cool.
Which is awesome because I can't sing at all, but I busted out my best Aaron Neville I could, and she blew me out of the water. There's some other people there, but in my mind, it came down to Jennifer and I.
Yeah.
But anyways, I digress. That's got to be cool. You played, you didn't record in front of a live audience?
Yeah, and then it was featured on Canada Live in September, so it hit like, I don't know, 250,000 homes, I guess.
That's nice.
Yeah, I listened in.
And why'd you choose that song?
It was like during the whole like end of the Bush regime, and it like the environmental issues that we're dealing with right now weigh pretty heavily on me. I grew up around Waskesiu National Park, and I've seen that even change over the last 10 years with just the amount of people that are going up there. And I think it's really important to.
I took a few years off from Waskesiu. I got to ask you, is it the amount of people or the quality of people that are kind of damaging that provincial park? Maybe both?
Yeah, like I saw a whole nother side of it last summer because I actually ran the bars.
Oh, cat's out of the bag now. I was going to tease that again. It's okay. Pretend you didn't hear that, viewers. So we're going to come to that after the next commercial break. But
I had some issues with the quality of what people's activities are. I'm not going to say the quality of the people, but the quality
Yes.
of the time that they're spending up there is lacking at times.
Okay, so that song was about issues, environmental issues.
Environmental issues, not being sure how our generation needs to step it up and take these issues in their own hands and deal with it.
How important is it to be a local singer-songwriter who kind of like puts their foot down, kind of steps up and stands for something like that?
I've heard it's really important. Yeah. People dig it and can relate to it for sure. And I mean, I've got a microphone, so I want to use it for that as well as singing.
Cool. Right on. Let's get to another song before our next commercial break, and then I'm going to tease how you spent last summer. What's the next song?
This one's called In Every Crowd, and it's about crazy makers, like the people we were talking
About in Saskatoon, and we'll talk about again after the next break. All right, crazy makers.
Crazy makers.
Interrupting me for the last time yesterday afternoon. Never seem to speak my mind. I'm in front of you. Yeah, we create these power struggles, so we got to struggle through. Your head in agenda, boy, I want nothing to do. Your business plan is your only point of view. There's always got to be a few of you. There's always a few in every town. They gotta hold you down just to see what's around. There's always a few in every crowd. And I'm just happy to say I can at least spot 'em now. I can spot 'em now. Yeah. Drop the hook for my attention. Try to reel me in. 2 years ago you would have had me, but never again. And we create our own dilemmas in spite of all we do, man. People got way more problems than they're letting on to. So if your business plan is your only point of view, boy, I take pity on you. Pity on you. There's always a few in every crowd. Gotta hold you down just to see what's around. There's always a few in every crowd. And I'm just happy to say I can at least spot 'em now. I can spot 'em now. Oh. There's always a few in every crowd. They got to hold you down just to see what's around. There's always a few in every crowd. But I'm just happy to say I can at least spot 'em now. Oh, yeah. Always a few in every crowd. They gotta hold you down just to see what's around. Always a few in every crowd. But I'm just happy now. I'm just happy now. In every crowd. I'm just happy now. In every crowd.
stepping over a cameraman. Paul Kuzbik in the Shaw TV studios tonight. You're watching Strip Down. We got to take our second commercial break, but stick around. We got lots more Strip Down, lots more Paul coming up right after this.
Don't go anywhere. More Strip Down after this.
You've seen a Canadian $1 coin, so you're probably familiar with the common loon. It's no surprise that this water bird represents our country. Have you ever sat by a lake and listened to the loon's haunting calls? You probably wonder what all the noise is about. Its calls can mean anything from, "I'm over here," to "stay away." Humans enjoy Canadian lakes just as much as loons do. But if we're not careful, the wake from our boats can destroy their nests. And lead sinkers and jigs can poison and kill loons if they swallow them. So here's how you can help. Keep boats away from nesting areas and swimming birds, especially ones with chicks too young to dive or fly away. And if you're fishing, use non-lead sinkers and jigs so you won't harm the loons. And that's just a start. If you go to hww.ca, you can learn more about loons and find ideas on how to help protect Canada's wildlife. That's hww.ca.
Mother's Music provides a wide range of instruments. 617 8th Street East, Saskatoon. Operating for 17 years with music lessons, equipment sales, and rentals. Mother's Music, www.mothersmusic.com. Ultimo Uramoda Men's Clothing Store. Denim, footwear, leather jackets, sportswear. 204 3rd Avenue South, Saskatoon. Call 664-6640.
Passing gas can be deadly.
Whoa. Oh, something's funky.
Passing gas releases a plume of toxic vapors.
Oh, honey, not in the car.
Like ammonia and hydrogen cyanide.
Oh.
And lethal poisons that can linger even when windows are open. Kids shouldn't be exposed to secondhand smoke. Don't pass gas, take it outside.
You are watching Strip Down. Paul Kuzbik in the Shaw TV studio tonight. And I don't know if we've set this up or not. Can we get a shot of Tessa, our flow director's art? Check this out. Oh yeah, that's a Brontosaurus wearing a headset. Quality. Wave to the people, Tessa. Tessa Hins making her return on television tonight. Awesome. Back to Paul Kuzbik and the music. What was the last song we heard before the commercial break? It was about rapscallions.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's called In Every Crowd.
And in every crowd there's?
Crazy makers.
Crazy makers.
Yeah.
What's the proper definition of a crazy maker?
People that take your creative energy and cause it into a swirl of useless, random stuff that takes up your time when you should be focusing on your business and your songwriting.
Let's segue that into last summer. Like these kids, right? Like our crew. No, I'm just joking.
Not you. No, I meant the kids on TV.
Oh, the kids on TV. I thought you were pointing at Jesse, our camera guy on the floor. I'm like, are you harshing out Jesse? We need Jesse. His handheld skills are tight. Okay. Last summer, you spent it at Waskesiu, and you found a way to make it work, because most people that live at Waskesiu over the season are either like serving pizza, cleaning cabins, or what else can you do? Scoop ice cream. Scooping ice cream. Yeah. But you found a cool thing to do.
I did. I was bringing live bands up to the lake and providing them with a venue to play at.
Yes.
Booking them, promoting the shows, and sitting back and watching the shows in a lot of cases.
How rewarding was that? Come on, you're living at Waskesiu for like what, 3-4 months?
Yeah, 4 months.
4 months.
Yeah.
Who'd you bring in?
Sheepdogs, Megan Lane, Mo Badass, Huxtables, Jordan Cook, Guitarmageddon.
Can the Huxtables fit into that place?
We made it work. Yeah, it was pretty tight.
That's awesome.
Guitarmageddon was tight too, with all those guitar amps everywhere. And
how did I just assume like 75% of the clientele are golfers. How did they enjoy Guitarmageddon?
They were into it, actually.
Yep.
Yeah, they were dancing.
Nice.
Some khakis shaking.
Best memory from last summer. I mean, that's kind of a dream. I mean, of course, I'm probably overlooking. You probably had to do books and stuff, and it wasn't all just like,
yeah.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, tonight, it's Mo Badass. And then you sat down and we're like, after the show, went out, swam at night. Not that I endorse that. You should never swim at night, kids, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. The cool thing about my summer last summer was not only did I get to do that and live at Waskesiu, but I played a ton of shows too. Like I was on the main stage at Ness Creek. I did a couple shows at Lydia's in town here, and played with a ton of different people. But the highlight for me wasn't just one thing. It was getting to work with all of my favorite musicians, mix them, hang out with them for the weekend at such a great place, The vibe was always good.
Nice.
I brought in a band from Australia too called The Remains.
Yeah, that's what you kicked off the list with. What was that like?
They're awesome. I sat in with them at Ness Creek too, and we just became awesome friends. They're coming back here this summer, and I hope to sit in with them again. And they're playing at Lydia's, I think.
As soon as you said band from Australia right away, I was like, there's the Crazy Makers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They had their entourage, let's put it that way.
Entourage.
Yeah.
Nicely put. Okay, let's get to another song. What's up next? We're flying through tonight. This is gold.
This one's going to be called Celebrate.
Celebrate?
Yeah.
New, old?
New.
New.
Yeah.
Celebrate unavailable yet?
Unavailable.
All right, let's take it away with Celebrate, sir.
Smile the truth like all hopeful romantics do, and I touch the sky when I'm with you. My butterfly, you make me high. We live just like we do. I said, oh, the time I spent with you. I said, oh, yeah. It's alright. Alright now, everything's okay. And I said it looks like it's gonna stay that way. And my baby, we got our love and we got each other. We still got today, so come on, celebrate. Oh, it's gonna be okay. I said, oh, the time I spent with you. I said, oh. Check this out. Grace and truth. You can't have one without the other. It's one of life's rules. And we must find what's right under our noses. It has been the old time, and I said, oh, the time I spent with you. I said, oh, it's alright. Alright now, everything's okay. And I said it looks like it's gonna stay that way. And my baby, when we got our love and we got each other, we still got today. Come on, celebrate. Oh, it's gonna be okay. Each other, we still got today. Come on, celebrate. Oh, it's gonna be okay. And I said, oh, the time I spent with you. I said, oh.
TV studios tonight. Jesse getting out of my way so I don't have to step over him again. It's been a fun night so far. Good times. Paul Kuzbik, last song was about
celebrating with the people that you love.
And not the Crazy Makers.
No.
Celebrating with the people that you love. Yeah. Take me back to when you wrote that song. What was going on?
I was probably thinking about my wife, Lisa.
Been married for 2 years now, is that correct?
Yeah.
Tell me about your wife, Lisa. You want to give a shout out to your wife, Lisa? Lisa?
She's at home, and my dog Hendrix. What's up, buddy? Yeah, we've been married for 2 years. She's a student at U of S, and she does international studies, and she's going to be going to law school soon in the fall.
And you got married in Waskesiu, is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right on the beach.
Really?
No shoes, and my pants were rolled up, my feet in the water.
Nice.
Yeah.
You didn't use that little kind of chapel shack thing that's back further from the beach that a lot of people use. I think there's like...
We went right on the beach.
Nice.
Party at the community hall there, you know, the
Yep.
big
Oh, yeah.
log cabin. Tim Vaughn band played.
Nice.
Yeah.
Let's talk about PA again. I was going to ask what it's like when you go back to PA, because you mentioned before there wasn't really a music scene when you left. Now there is kind of one.
Yeah.
And you were kind of actually invited back. January 2008, awarded a Canada Council grant, and you took your knowledge back to your former high school.
Yeah, I was awarded a grant by the Canada Council and Sask Music. Shout out to both of those fine organizations.
We love Sask Music here on Strip Down.
Woo!
Sask Music all the way. Continue.
And Ness Creek sponsored it, and Carleton High School sponsored it. I went in and worked with a group of kids from the ground up, like how to write your songs, how to get out there and promote your music, what you can do with just like a laptop computer these days in terms of marketing yourself and developing your product. And then I had them put on their own show and promote it and invite their friends, and we did it right at the little cafe in school there, and it was cool. They did a great job.
That's kind of like a dream. Isn't that everybody's dream, to get good at something, to go back to your own high school and do it?
Yeah,
like that's got to be rewarding.
It was totally.
Any more memories from that? Did you like swagger in? Were you like, oh yeah, Paul in the house, went and pointed at your grad picture on the wall? It's probably like a giant, like 14 by 20 now.
No.
You and the guitar.
I was my usual, like 2-3 minutes late, coming in with 4 guitars. What's up, kids? Here we go. Let's have some fun.
What was your message to the kids?
Have fun with it, and take your time and learn and master your craft, and you will be rewarded.
Is that your message in general, or just to the children?
I don't know if I'm wise or old enough to have a message in general yet, so just to the kids.
Right on. So do you go back and play PA often? Like, do you go swing back there? And
I've done some coffee house stuff there at Turks.
Unfamiliar.
Right on.
Where is it? Is it the bottom of the hill or before the hill? That's all I know. Okay.
On South Hill, yeah. Geez, I can't even remember my PA streets anymore. 2nd Ave West?
Okay.
Yeah, right when you come in.
Yeah. This show, of course, does go to Prince Albert. It's one of our main carriers. You want to give any shout-outs? You already gave a shout-out to your wife. Anybody from PA who may be watching want to say hi to before we get to the next song?
My mom and dad, still kicking in PA.
Still kicking in PA.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Is the next song dedicated to your mom and dad, or that was just a segue that went nowhere?
No, but it's dedicated to my brother.
Close. Almost. I almost hit a home run.
We're
that was like a
related.
triple. You're related. Good stuff. This song is called Brother. And Old New. I got to get that out before each song.
It's old off of the album.
Because see, the people watching at home are like keeping score, and they're like, okay, that song I can go get.
Yes.
This song I cannot get.
This one is actually on my MySpace page.
You want to plug your MySpace really quickly?
www.myspace.com/Paul Kuzbik.
And there it is. Next song, sir.
Here's Brother.
Don't you waste your time on me. Don't you waste your mind. Be free. And if you ever go too far, I just want you to know you were always the star. You were always the star. Sometimes I wonder how we made it out. Looking back on us, never felt a doubt. 'Cause you and I are from the same place. Yeah, you tattooed these lines on my face, and I'm getting older. You were always the star. always the star. You were always the star. So wake me up when this is over. I'll press rewind, put me in your shoes. 'Cause when you're hurting, it's killing me. I'll pick you up and take away your pain, my brother. You were always the star, and I'm getting older. You were always the star, and I'm getting closer. You were always the star, and I'm getting older. You were always, always the star.
Paul Kuzbik in the Shaw TV studios tonight. You're watching Strip Down. We have to take our last commercial break, but we wrap things up with Mr. Kuzbik right after this. Stick around, more Strip Down after the break.
Do you know how many people get their water from underground? Water can come from the surface or underground. Groundwater is found in the layers of soil and rock beneath our feet in saturated areas called aquifers. This water source is collected in wells and supplies about half of North America's drinking water. The problem is, the quality and safety of this underground water is directly affected by what we do on the land above it. What can you do to keep your drinking water safe? Groundwater starts on the surface, so whatever you put on your lawn that the plants don't use can seep into the groundwater. This includes excess chemicals and fertilizers, and even oil spills, so be sure to dispose of them properly. It's our turn to take care of this planet, and I think we can do a better job. What do you think? For more information on how you can be more water aware, visit waterunderfire.ca.
Mother's Music provides a wide range of instruments. 617 8th Street East, Saskatoon. Operating for 17 years with music lessons, equipment sales, and rentals. Mother's Music, www.mothersmusic.com. Ultimo Uramoda Men's Clothing Store. Denim, footwear, leather jackets, sportswear. 204 3rd Avenue South, Saskatoon. Call 664-6640.
The monarch's return after its long winter absence in Mexico and California is a sign that the Canadian summer has also returned. But because of environmental threats like pesticides and the loss of breeding habitat, the familiar orange, black, and white of Canada's best-known butterfly may become an uncommon sight. To learn more about the monarch and discover how you can help protect Canada's wildlife, visit hww.ca.
Ladies and gentlemen, Paul Kuzbik.
I've been lost, got me found. What's the cost? Well, once in a while, the time is right. Smoke my mind, share my smile. And if this gets away on us, then I know where to find you. right around the corner, and I'll be right behind you. Bring me down, turn my world around, upside down. Bring me down. And if this gets away on us, then I know where to find you. You're right around the corner, and I'll be right behind you. Oh, and if this gets away on us, then I'll be right behind you. You're right around the corner, and I'll be right behind you. If this gets away on us, then I know where to find you. You're right around the corner, and I'll be right behind you. Yes, you know, yeah, yeah, yeah. If this gets away on us, then I know where to find you. You're right around the corner, and I'll be right behind you.
Paul Kuzbik in the Shaw TV studio tonight. Jesse Gordon back off the ladder. Wow. This episode has been crazy tonight. Talking about Jesse Gordon, we want to say a quick hello to a new member of the Stripped Down crew, Jordan. Hopefully we'll meet Jordan next week. We'll have him out on the floor, maybe floor directing or something. We'll meet Jordan next week. That's my promise. Paul, plugging something else in. Okay, well, the last song, the showcase song, what was it?
That one's called Upside Down.
Upside Down?
Yeah, and the instrument is called a Weisenborn.
I was just going to ask about that.
Yeah.
Which you no longer have, but
no.
Regardless. This is the part of the show I usually talk about funny stuff I found when I was Googling your first or last name or something. Mm-hmm. I Googled Kuzbik, and guess what came up?
I don't know.
Paul Kuzbik.
Well, that's a good sign.
It doesn't give me a whole lot to talk about. Then it was your MySpace, your Facebook, your quotes from CBC, and I was just like on and on. And then I finally found a Deborah Kuzbik, who's the author of Ready, Set, Right.
That's right. That's my mom.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. She writes like educational literature, as well as a very talented photographer and a lot of other things.
I usually fill, and she lives in PA.
Yep, PA/Elk Ridge Resort.
Okay. I usually fill like 10 minutes of my show by talking about funny stuff that came up when we Googled, but let's talk influences instead real quick. First one off the bat, Neil Young.
Yeah.
Did you see him in Regina recently?
Front row.
Front row.
On the floor.
On the floor.
Yeah.
I was there, but I was more to see Death Cab, and I think I may have been the only person there. That was more for Death Cab, but he put on an amazing show.
I hadn't seen Death Cab before. I thought they were cool. I didn't know the tunes, so I mean, I was just getting into it.
I thought it was an odd mix.
Yeah.
It didn't blend well, but
Everest,
they were both great.
That other band, Everest, that played was really good, I thought, too.
Neil Young, of course, coming back. You're going to see him again here in Saskatoon?
Yeah, for sure. He blew me away.
All right, we are running out of time. What are people going to get if they take in a Paul Kuzbik show? You kind of starting up a new band.
Yeah, if you see my acoustic show, you're going to get a lot of this, maybe some dancing on the tables, depending on how the night goes.
Okay.
Sometimes when I'm feeling really good at my acoustic shows, I stand on the table and play "Oh Canada."
Well, your music tonight got Jesse Gordon to climb up a ladder while he was doing camera, so the vibe is definitely there.
Yeah.
But talk really quick about your new band.
My new band is called Higgs Boson. It's a 3-piece space progressive experimental rock. I describe the sound as trippy but heavy. It's formed with former members of Sturgis Trash, Chris Maxick and Everett Berg. Rhythm section, I'm doing all electric guitar and vocals. We've got samples and stuff like that. Just recorded our first EP at my house called Versa.
Is that kind of your future, media future? You're not going to scale back on the solo shows and concentrate more on that?
I'm not gonna try to do one thing more than the other. It's just two sides of me. I do them both, and I'd like to do more too. All
right, all information about you on your MySpace. That's the best one to hit.
Yep, myspace.com/Paul Kuzbik. And also Higgs Boson, you can check out some of our new stuff. It's not mastered yet, but www.myspace.com/Higgs Boson Band.
Sweet. All right, that's it. That's another episode down. Thanks for watching. Thanks to tonight's crew and cast, our sponsors, Ultimo Euromoto, Mother's Music, and Rawlco Radio. For all things Stripped Down, hit shawtv.com or just go to myspace.com/StripDownSask for details on next week's episode, as well as pictures from every single episode past. I actually don't think we've ever put details about next week's episode on the MySpace yet. Maybe this week. You're just going to have to keep typing up by your face, apparently. Up by your face. For the last time tonight, ladies and gentlemen, Paul Kuzbik. Thank you.
I've been a stranger in a strange town. Not one of them I can remember. Seen a million faces in the mirror. Not one of them is my reflection. Sometimes I don't think I am wrong.